Okay.
Entirely Geek, episode 30. Apple adds e-readers. Netflix with no kids. Xbox has sign language and intricate patterns via Twitter.
Entirely Geek is a proud member of the Tech Podcast Network. You can find it at techpodcast.com.
But first, we have Dan with his tip of the week.
Thanks, Eric. Well, this week I'm going to give a tip to my Android homies out there. I don't know, how many people have Android phones, and you may know this already, but it's kind of a tip that I've recently discovered and have been enjoying. So, if you have an Android phone, such as a Samsung Galaxy Note 2 that I have, the port on the bottom of it, which is a mini USB, is actually compatible with a protocol called USB on the go. And what this allows you to do is connect a compatible adapter, which basically, and I can't find it today for some reason. I have it, but I don't know where it's at. Basically, it plugs in one end here, and then it provides you with a female USB adapter on the other end. And what that allows you to do is plug in, for example, a memory stick, or I even plugged in my Logitech unifying receiver for my keyboard and mouse. I was actually able to use my keyboard and mouse on my phone and see the cursor and everything. Basically, you can plug it in a USB device that has drivers, and it'll actually work on your device. So if you want to transfer files or transfer pictures or control your computer via keyboard, pretty cool. Kind of a neat little thing, small little tip. They sell for on Amazon for about, I don't know, a couple bucks. They're pretty cheap. And for having that kind of capability, it's pretty useful.
That's cool, Dan. Hey, just to let you know, we are doing audio and video.
Yes.
And our video just crapped out for us.
Is it? I'm still seeing video.
Are you seeing me?
No, I'm seeing your screen.
Okay, I tried to cancel that, and it won't cancel.
Well, this is the nature of doing a live show.
It is. So we're going to move on, and for a few moments, you just might not see me until I can figure out how to fix it.
How about you do your no camera? Let's see here. I see your screen still.
So I don't know what happened, but some reason it doesn't want to let me get off of that.
Huh. Well, that's annoying.
It's very annoying, dude. I'm doing everything we did last time. So I think we might start over the show. I don't know why it's doing that, dude.
So wait, you've selected it off of there and it won't go off yet?
It won't go off, yep. I even select other screens just to double check, like desktop, right? So it should change the screen completely. It's not.
Huh. Can you change tabs in that one thing?
I'm trying right now. I'm going to see if that did. Yep, it's changing tabs. But for whatever reason.
It's stuck.
It's stuck there, yep.
Okay, what if I get the cameraman app going? Nope, nothing to do with that. Well, that's dumb.
Hey, can you hear me better?
Can I hear you better?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay. I wonder why it's not allowing it, dude. That's so funny. Yeah, it's not changing. I picked a different screen, too. I don't know.
So you can't just turn it off?
Nope. It won't let me.
Well.
Because I usually just double click it and it goes away. And then right now it's not letting me, but then I double click something else to try to get it to switch, and it won't let me do that either.
Huh. Cool.
So maybe we cancel this one and start over.
It's going to go to our YouTube channel too.
Well, not for long though.
I guess what choice do we have, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any.
You're stuck. I was hoping it would just unfreeze itself, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
It's definitely not. I mean, yeah.
I hope that doesn't happen in the middle of the show. That would suck if all of a sudden in the middle of the show it worked fine, and then you got to the middle and it stopped working again.
Yeah, I have no clue, dude.
I see you.
Do you see me?
No.
You
I
see the
see
little
your,
alien
I
version of
see your
me.
alien. Yeah.
Hold on, let me try something.
There we go.
All right, so we can at least, even though it's already started, you can just,
We'll
since you're,
edit this out. It's
we'll
fine.
edit it. All right, so
So my tip is already done. You pick it back up, basically.
okay, so all right, Dan. So starting with our first part of our episode, we have some good stories today. The first one comes from TechCrunch.com, and this is a good story. And I'm going to try to show you our stories. Since it is acting up a little bit today, we'll see what happens. But let's go ahead and move on. So we have the first story here from TechPodcast.com, and it's talking about Apple having to let other e-readers, such as Kindle or like Barnes and Noble ebooks, being sold through a link on their apps. I think this is very good because as of right now, Dan, I don't like having to purchase all my stuff through Apple, and I usually end up having to go back and forth from the Apple Store to the Kindle app into purchasing it through their website and then going back and forth. And that
Right.
kind of a lot of times bothers me because I don't want to have to do that all the time.
Yeah, well, it's kind of an annoyance. I mean, basically, what happened was Apple had a ruling that basically, if you weren't going to use their in-app purchase system, you couldn't have users purchasing any kind of item, whether it be a book or whatnot, from within the app. And that included linking out. And the reason they did that is because they didn't want people linking out to a website, buying a subscription, and coming back to the app, and basically being able to kind of get around the whole in-app purchase system, which Apple gets a 30% cut of. So that's why they had that kind of rule. But you're right; it is kind of an annoyance. You have to want to buy a Kindle book, you got to go to the Kindle website, download it, buy it, go back to the Kindle app, and there's the book that's downloaded, basically.
Yeah.
So with this ruling, it'll basically make it so that you can actually buy within the Kindle app and not have to go outside of it, or at least get a link to it, at least.
Yeah, which will make it a lot nicer. I mean, I know for Val, like she reads all the time, and I know that she
Mm-hmm.
was reading on her, the iPad, and I could not imagine because she goes through a couple books every single, every few days. I could not imagine having to go from Kindle to the website back to Kindle just to be able to read one book. That's just dumb. That's like me
Well,
going to the library every 3 days because I need a new book.
I guess. I mean, let's not make it like it's a big, huge.
It's a
I mean,
huge deal. It's an inconvenience. Okay,
maybe it
it's
is.
one
I
website to
honestly,
another.
what it affects me is really funny. So I don't buy any Kindle books, not that many anyway. But I do love Audible, and Audible's the same way. I cannot buy within their app. I have to go to the site. Now, I will say this: being a recent convert to Android doesn't really affect me anymore. I can buy within the app. So I
Our
haven't really.
audience members just said boo. I just want you
Yeah,
to know.
whatever. Yeah, the iOS ones did, but the Android ones just cheered. So, so I don't really see this as a huge thing. I mean, on my iPad, I can definitely see it being much more convenient. That's for sure. But
Yeah.
either way, honestly, Apple's getting slapped big time because of this whole price fixing thing, the accusation with the ebooks. So they're going to have a few changes coming to them. One thing the article mentions as well is that they are not able to entering into any agreements with suppliers of ebooks, movies, TV shows, or other content that would make it likely that prices would rise at its competitors. So
Yeah.
they're restricting what kind of deals Apple's can do in the future for the next few years. Like I think it's next 5 years, I believe. So that's not a small deal at all. I'm sure Apple will be appealing this decision immediately.
Yeah. And I know we didn't have the article in our lineup, but we, President Obama just, vetoed the bill about the old iPods, old iPads. What do you think of that?
So I believe, if I remember correctly, the story, Samsung won a judgment where they couldn't import like iPhone 4s, I believe, and then some of the older
Correct.
iPods. And basically, the Obama administration vetoed that import ban. Um, honestly, I think the whole Samsung Apple thing is stupid anyway.
I'm getting
That
tired of it.
Yeah, I'm getting really tired of Apple suing Samsung, Samsung suing Apple.
We
Let's
should
just
sue
be
both of them.
let's just be done with it. Who cares? Let Samsung do what it's doing, let Apple do what it's doing, and let's be done. Honestly, Samsung's going after Apple because Apple went after Samsung, and they're able to win this, court case or wherever they want it. So I don't know. I'm just so done with the patent crap. I want to move on with their lives, and all it does is seek to stop innovation. So let's just drop it and let's move on. Basically, is what I say about the whole patent situation.
Yeah, I agree with
I
you.
appreciate that Obama did that. I think that's fine. I don't think that would have been a good thing, frankly, especially for people looking to get a free subsidized phone with their plan. Because I believe the iPhone 4 is a free phone, if I'm correct.
Correct, which my wife just bought. Yeah.
Right, so that would basically block people from getting a free iPhone, which would be pretty detrimental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Well, moving on to the next story, we have it from the globeandmail.com. And this story is really cool for me because I use Netflix. Dan, do you still use Netflix?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Okay, so imagine that you have, your wife, I have my child, but you have no more kid stuff, or you don't have to worry about, what is it, wrestling, because I know your wife watches wrestling. Is that what it is that you always complain about?
It's Glee and Pretty Little Liars and shows like that I have no interest in, but I constantly see them in my recommendations.
So now what they're doing is they're in the process of getting rid of the regular profile where you just have one, but you can have multiple profiles on your Netflix account, which will be really good for parents. It talks about no kids stuff on the parent stuff, but in reality, you think about it, I don't have to worry about Becca. I don't have to worry about Jeremiah's stuff. I can have my I can have Glee on mine. I can have Desperate Housewives or whatever I watch. I don't know what it is, but whatever I have time for between the Navy and the podcast, I get to watch.
Right. No, I'm super stoked about this whole thing. I have been hearing about this for quite some time, and it seems that they're finally rolling it out.
So it'll still be a while. It is in Canada right now, but it will still be a while. I think they're expecting a full. I don't know if it's worldwide. I'm gonna have to go back to the article. I don't know if it's worldwide or Canada-wide by the end of September. I think it's Canada-wide by September.
Oh man, okay, so this is actually in Canada. I see they've been promising this in the U.S. for quite some time, and it still hasn't come out yet. I think the main issue that they're having with this is the fact that, well, okay, depending on how many profiles you can create, I can just create an account for you, Eric, or I can have an account for my buddy down the road, and all of a sudden I've got one account with 10 buddies on it, and now the issue is how do they sell that to the content people that are saying, well, Netflix licenses to one user at a time kind of thing, or one family at a time.
Okay,
I think that's the part they're struggling with probably.
So they'll still have to do the minimum account or maximum account. So right now you have all of us have a maximum accounts on there or computers on there of I think it's 6. It might be 4.
Okay.
So I know when I was living with my mother-in-law, we used hers. My brother-in-law used hers, and she used hers. So we had those 3 different devices. Plus, then she had her computer along with her TV. So we had the 4. At one point, they tried to cut us off, saying, "Hey, you have too many users." And we called and we're like, "Well, we've been using up to 6 to 8. Why are you saying that 4 is too many at a time?" So then they corrected it and they added, they allowed us to do the 4. So that was we were very grateful for them. But I do have to say, I think it'll be a very good start for it. Even if they did say, we're still only allowing 4, 6, whatever it is, devices, and you can have, as many accounts that can fit on those devices.
So you're talking about like simultaneous devices, meaning no
Correct.
more than 4 or 6 devices can actually stream at the same time.
Correct.
Okay, that makes sense to me. So they limit it that way. But yeah, no, the accounts thing is huge because for a while there, I think for a while I was the only one watching Netflix, and I had all my recommendations that were perfect for me. And then Val, we got back into it, she started watching it, and now it's like a mixed hodgepodge of our 2 interests, and they don't go together at all. We have very different interests when it comes to Netflix. And yeah, I hope they roll this out in the U.S. soon. very soon, hopefully. They've been promising this for quite some time.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact, I've heard of users that in the U.S. that have this in the beta. So I know they're testing it.
Yes, they are testing it. That is
so
for sure.
I want them to bring this out full on for the U.S. users.
I'm shocked that you're not testing it. I've been testing it for like 3 weeks now.
I'm sure you have been.
So, I think it'll be good too because you think about, parents. And for myself, when I watch my Netflix, I have, Robin Hood, which is the adult version Robin Hood. I have, Glee for Becca. We have, a couple of different adult shows. But then in reality, it's covered with kids shows, which always makes me mad because on the TV that we have the adult version and the kid version, and Jeremiah can go on to the kid version all by himself and stuff. But what I don't get is why it carries back over to the adult version. So when I log on to mine, why do I have to see all of his if he already has a
it's
kid?
Because there's no separate profile, probably.
Exactly, and that's what it is.
Yeah. Now, what's really cool is that with these profiles down the road and they have Chromecast, he has an iPad or an iPhone or whatever he has, just signs into his profile. All he sees is kid stuff. That's gonna be cool.
And that's kind of where Becca just got an iPhone again, and so her old iPhone turned into his iPhone, which he's kind of been using it with her anyway. But now we got rid of everything on there except for what standard comes on, and then kid games. So he's enjoying it because now he doesn't have to come up. Hey, can I play this? Yeah, it's a kid game, so go right ahead.
Right. No, that's cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So moving along, we have a post from the Huntington Post, I believe. It might be Huffington. See, I always say that. But that's just because I want to go to the beach all the time, Dan.
I know. I know how it is. I understand.
So the Huffington Post, and this is really a cool article, Dan. Xbox has come a long way. It came from a video game station to a media station to really now a full home entertainment system, where now they're adding sign language. And this article is so short, Dan, that it's only like 2 paragraphs long. And as you can see, I'm scrolling through, and it's really short, but the video is what really caught my attention. It is in Chinese, so we can't really talk about it too much because it has like words. It has Chinese symbols and words, and then translated into English. But the thing I like is that they're actually integrating sign language into their program. That's really cool for me because you think about it. If I have a smart TV and I'm deaf or I'm hard of hearing, I can't speak to the TV to have it do its stuff.
Right.
Now I can.
No, it's the more they can get these things accessible to people that have impairments, that's great. And honestly, I mean, the sign language might work a lot better than the voice anyway. Frankly, the way the voice works sometimes.
Yeah.
So I think it's awesome. You mentioned the videos in Chinese, so really couldn't understand it, but you see some demo of it, and it looks great. I mean, I'm excited for stuff like this. This is why I think that things like the Kinect and like the Leap Motion that I demoed earlier last week, kind of I think can lead to some new inputs for our computers and our connected devices that allow us to interact with them in a new and unique way, especially for people that have impairments.
Definitely. Yeah. And I mean, I think that's going to open up a lot of doors.
Right.
It's going to allow them to control their TV. It's going to allow them to do a lot of stuff. So I'm very interested in seeing where they're going to go with this once it goes live.
Yeah, I'm excited for the new versions of Kinect and how they progress down the road and seeing what they're doing with this technology. They're definitely, bringing it to a whole new level. So.
Yeah. Well, Dan, with our last story, I just want to first talk about it a little bit, then go into it. Okay. So I think this that it shows reminds me of a plague taking over the world, like the zombie apocalypse.
Okay.
Where you see it and you just see it start growing and growing and growing until the whole world is covered in red little dots. Well, when I first saw this, I was like, oh, it's a new game. I was so excited. And then I read the story and I'm still excited about it, but then I got kind of creeped out. My tweets can be used in a way to map out the world. and
Well,
map
not
out where
just
I am.
yours, a combination of everybody's
Yes.
makes up this map, is what you're saying, yeah.
So this is the map. It comes from theatlanticcities.com. This is just one of the versions of the map, and I'll kind of scroll down, and the article kind of shows you this is London and the different freeways, and you can see the different freeways along with some underwater bridges. And then I'm going to scroll down to California. You can see the Golden Gate Bridge, the Bay Bridge, and the different bridges here. That's kind of creepy.
Okay, so I have to ask something. So I know some of these, like for example, in the London one, they're showing like some of the routes are actually like probably on the tube or whatnot. But like for like the San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge, that's a road, right?
It's a bridge. It's a road. Yes.
Who's tweeting when they're driving? I guess it could be
Okay.
someone, a passenger.
Have you ever been to the Golden Gate Bridge?
I haven't actually, no.
Okay, so the reason you go is so that way you can take pictures and it's so beautiful and
Okay, I
and
can
all
see
these
that.
things. So you have to think you're not just stopped or driving and someone's tweeting like, "Hey, here I am," tweet. No,
It
you're
could be
like
that.
there.
I mean,
it could be,
that,
but
right?
most of the people are probably walking across, taking pictures, enjoying the scenery. It's very beautiful. You have the whole Bay Area. You have the Fisherman's Wharf over there. So I mean, it's really beautiful, but it's still just a little creepy.
Well, it just shows you like how much we're connected to we're putting messages out and that sort of thing, and everything we're doing is geotagged and
Yes.
everything. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's just like you being listened to by what the FBI or the CIA or the QRC,
It's
whatever
the NSA,
acronym
Eric,
is.
get it right. Come
Yeah.
on, man.
I mean, I don't know. I don't follow up with that kind of news, but I mean,
Hi NSA,
so-
how you doing?
so I mean, it's kind of cool that
Hope you're enjoying the show.
They probably, I guarantee they.
I
Probably
hope they are. I hope they enjoy it. I really do.
Well, I think they will be because it's a good podcast for tech. So they're
Mhm.
trying to figure out what the next tech news
Maybe
is.
they can learn something. Who knows?
So, for those that are listening, I thank you for listening. It comes to that time of the day where it's not me that gets to call Daniel out, but I'm going to pause and let Daniel call me out.
Okay, so it is now August, and if you have listened to our previous podcast, you will know that we talked about doing a 30-day challenge in August, and the 30-day challenge that
Hey,
both of us-
I just challenged you with it. I didn't say I was going to do it.
yeah, I'll rewind that tape. I'm sure I can get tape of you saying you're involved in the challenge as well. Don't try to go there now. Just take it. Sit there and take it like a man, okay? Anyways, so the challenge was that we were both going to do videos, one video a day for 30 days, which I have to admit, I mean, we just started this thing, and I can tell you it already is super challenging. Like, if you get
Yeah, it
busy
is.
one day, you're like, holy crap, a day went by, I didn't get a video out. In fact, I had to double up one day because I actually missed a day. But I will say this, I still have all my days so far.
Hey, I don't know if you can say crap, so we'll edit that out.
I think we can say crap on the tech podcast now.
Okay.
I know there was some issue with that, but I think we're okay. Anyways, so so if you haven't checked our YouTube channel, you'll notice there's no videos from Eric yet. So I'm gonna call him out and say, what's going on, dude? I know life is busy, but couldn't give us a 50-second video like, hey, it's Eric, bye, sort of video.
So Dan, I already told you, but I'll tell all our listeners. I have been extremely busy. I am in the Navy, and the Navy has not been the main cause this time. The main cause has been I made my wife miss her flight for the first 2 days. It kind of got jacked up. I told her the wrong time, so we got there. We got there at about 9:30, expecting the flight to, or about 9:15 actually, expecting the flight to be leaving around 10:30ish. Well, we get there and we're like, we're ready to check in, and they're like, for what flight? And we're like, Portland. No, your flight left 40 minutes ago.
Mm.
And we're like, no, it's 10:30. And my wife right now and I are, she went from 0 to 180 in like 2 seconds, and it got really funny for me, probably not her, but I was like, hey, it's part of our adventure. She didn't like that either.
Probably not, no.
So, but I had to say, it's been really busy. It has been really tough. That's why it is a challenge, Dan, and I do understand that. My goal is to at least hopefully finish with at least 15 videos. I know we're still early in the month, but my goal is at least 15 videos because I know how crazy it is, and I work 15 days. So I figured if something happens, then at least I'll have the other 15 days. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I would say this. Okay, so we just started this challenge. I mean, it's only been a few days now, and I think I've done three or four videos so far. Either way, I had no idea how hard challenges this would be. Honest, I thought, oh, okay, we'll do a video a day, no big deal. It has been extremely challenging with job and work and family. It's just like there is so many things that can impact your time.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I can tell you right now that I've already realized I can't do a nicely produced, like, multiple shot video every single day. It's not possible.
Yep.
And also, I'm running out of things to, shoot, like hardware and that sort of thing. So I'm like,
and I think that's one reason why it's a challenge too, because you think about it, you can do a review, an article review, which that's my goal, is to do an article review every day. So you could do that every day, but in all instances, one's if there's no good articles. Well, now you still have to come up with something.
You do, and so for me, like, even though it's challenging, and I think there may be days where I might get behind and if I have to double up, if I can produce 30 videos in 30 days, the goal for me is to get faster at them, produce them, in a good quality way, and also quickly as well, but basically be able to get better at producing videos on the fly about any subject. If something comes up, I can shoot it quickly without having to take too much time, and also make a quality video at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my goal. So mine are going to be kind of a combination of me commenting on a news story or something happening, that day, or I may review a product or something that I've received recently. Like I did the Leap Motion. I've also done Chromecast already. Kind of already done my 2 products I got recently, so I don't really have anything else product-wise. But if I have other devices or other things I want to review, do videos like that. But those videos take a little bit longer, so I'm thinking more of like a vlog kind of style, where I'm just kind of talking about the day's stories, like what I think about them, kind of engaging the users. Hey, talk back to me. What do you guys think about this? That sort of thing. So getting better at that, and that's kind of my goal for this whole thing. And I'm excited for the end of 30 days because it'll be the end, and I'll have to do it every day. But maybe by the end of it, frankly, I'll learn to love it. I'll be doing these videos on a regular basis anyway. You know what I mean? So
I mean, if you could think about it, if you could do 1-2 a week where you're really hitting on some key subjects, it's going to be good, and that's what we want from all of you.
Also, the fact that I could jump on, like something happened that day, breaking news. I could jump on, do a quick video that's well done, and it, not be a big deal. That would be great.
You can get the news out to people, and that's what we want to do. Is we want this website, this podcast, to be for you, for the listener, for me, because I listen to it. I'm a listener. I'm an active listener. I'm probably one of 4 active listeners, where the rest are passive listeners, where they listen here and there. But I have to say that the reason we started this was so that way we can build a community of people that are like-minded in the sense of tech and geekiness of whatever they're happy and excited about, plus in giving helpful tips. Like I'm gonna be, one of the tips I'm gonna be showing Dan is I'm gonna be making this offset a palette like kind of like a nightstand table out of pallets. And, does that have anything to do with tech? No, but it has to do with geekiness. Someone out there is hardware like geek and wants to know how to do this. Because I wanted to and I couldn't find anything. Or the one thing I want to know, Dan, right now is how do you make a Lego table out of pallets? That's what I want to know.
Lego table out of pallets?
Yes. Like the little kid Lego table where they could build Legos on it? I have searched everywhere online to try to find this. Can't find it. So I'm going to make it and then present it to the world.
Awesome. I look forward to your videos. I really do. I know you're an energetic guy. You'll probably get in there and, make it interesting for me.
Or it could be right before I go into work and I could be like, hey, what's up, you guys? I'm really tired and this is,
So today I did a video in front of the camera, right? But I almost, because we were going somewhere today, I almost decided to shoot a video from my phone. And at the last minute, I was like, nah, I won't do that. But I was thinking, you know what? That's another thing I should learn how to do. Shoot from my phone, because that may be well, my whole goal is to acquire a set of skills during this whole period of time where I can become really versatile with video. So I probably will shoot some videos from my phone. maybe when I'm on the go or whatnot. Just to make
I will be. The audio and video might not be the best every single time, but the goal is to just get the videos out there where it's the information that you care about.
Information you care about, and for me, it's self-improvement. I want to be
Yep.
better at doing it.
Yep.
So.
Well, you guys, thank you for listening to our show. We really appreciate it. Again, if you have any questions, ask Speaker of the Truth, at Dan the Tech Guru. We are amazingly excited about what's to come for this month. And Brian, if you're listening, it's a very interesting show. We have interesting topics. It's definitely a show you should listen to. My dogs were barking through most of it, so you should have a lot of alcohol in your system already.
I was going to say, he should be drunk by now, right? If Brian's listening, he should be drunk because you said interesting like 4 times right then and there. So.
Yeah, so it's an interesting way to end the show. I am at Speaker of Truth.
And I'm at Dan the Tech Guru. Have a great week, everybody.
Don't drink moonshine alone.
You didn't even talk about that.